All right, let's get to your neck of the woods, Justin, and talk about the Lord Mayoral contest where our good mate and lovable lefty Nick Rees is running for Lord Mayor. He wants to now give tax breaks so companies can take their staff or others to lunch in the city. They bring back the long lunch at taxpayers' expense to rejuvenate your city. It's going nowhere, right?
Now, Chris, just before you go any further, you will have to explain to the kids at home what a long lunch is. This goes way back, doesn't it? When they go, because, mate, I've got to tell you, those were the days, weren't they? Hey, the old tax-deductible lunch, fantastic. But let's just get this into perspective here. And bless Nick Rees for throwing up this idea. What this calls for is, if he actually becomes the Lord Mayor again when the election's done, he's then got to go to the federal government and tell them to put this into place for him. So the chances of this happening, it's all very good sport for us right now. The chances are bugger and all.
Bugger and all. And Nicholas, if anything happens, I want a long lunch, all right? And I want to choose where we go.
Yeah. Just while we're going to take us out to lunch.
Exactly. Do the wrangle over lunch. Now, just while we're on Nicholas Rees, let's look at, he's doing a lot on social media. He's quite the hip campaigner. Have a look at this.
Just sliding into your feed with the news that I'm building 28 new parks in the city of Melbourne, just like this one.
Oh sliding into your feet, mate, give it a rest.
I'm just not one of those people who appreciates all the cringe from politicians. A lot of them are doing these cutesy things now, and I'm just like, I just want to see a leader. Can you lead? Do you have good policies? Can you deliver on your promises? Like, you're literally like running on fringe benefits tax reform, which we all know is in the jurisdiction of the feds. That's all I want to know. So this cutesy kind of thing, I know it's all the rage nowadays, but I think the vast majority of people just want to see a leader.
Well, I think if we know that all the politicians are going to slide down that particular slide, we'll just get some oxy-gear and we'll weld up the bottom end.
I only vote for people on monkey bars.
We'll just leave them in there. Now, I want to go to a story in South Australia, down in Robe, I think it is, down in the Wattle Range here near Penola. And there's a street name down there called Chinaman's Lane. And they want to change the name. People find this offensive. Now, I know not far from there on the Coorong, there's a Chinaman's Well. It's quite historic, actually, because Chinese people used to land in that part of the world to dodge the taxes in Victoria and walk across to the goldfields at Ballarat and the like. Justin, do we have to get rid of a name like that? Is it offensive to have Chinaman in a name?
No. Well, when something like this comes up, I think it's always important to say, well, look, who is actually offended by it?
Exactly.
Who is actually complaining about it? I mean, if we honestly had Chinese Australians coming forward and saying, look, this really hurts us for these reasons, then I think you have a look at it. But we've sort of been down this track before where it's people getting offended on other people's behalf. So, I mean, if it's just somebody without, and look, I'm just guessing here, but somebody with bugger all else to do has decided that they're going to complain about it. Just a guess. It's just a guess. Yeah. But, or you know, who is actually complaining? That's what we need to look at. I don't find it offensive, and I sort of struggle, I would think, to find someone who does.
There was a story many, many years ago in Adelaide where they had to change the name of a lane for something or other, and they changed it to Lois. Lois Lane. Now, let's go to American politics because there's a great interview where 60 Minutes talked to both Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. First up, here's Kamala Harris when she was pressed on why illegal immigrants quadrupled after the Biden-Harris administration came in.
What I was asking was it a mistake to kind of allow that flood to happen in the first place?
I think the policies that we have been proposing are about fixing a problem, not promoting a problem. Okay?
But the numbers did quadruple.
And the numbers today,
watch.
Because of what we have done, we have cut the flow of illegal immigration by half.
But should you have done
cut
that?
the flow of fentanyl by half.
She was hopeless, wasn't she?
This is being hailed as the interview that has ended all chances of her becoming the President of the United States of America, which we all hope to be true. Well, I'll speak for myself, but you at home, I'm sure you all hope to be true. We want that big dog energy back in the White House, because she did. She just fell all over herself. And this is the first time we've seen her sit down, do a long-form interview with a real journalist. This guy was not softballing. I was very impressed by CBS. This guy was not softballing. Whenever she gave the softball answer, he would come back at her like that repeat question that we just watched.
Sorry to be rude. I've got to cut you off, though, because we're running out of time. I really want to show this bit from Tim Walz as well, because it's about trust. And listen to how much confidence he has in himself.
In your debate with J.D. Vance, you said, I'm a knucklehead at times. And I think you were referring to the time that you said that you were in Hong Kong during the Tiananmen Square unrest when you were not.
Yeah.
Is that kind of misrepresentation, isn't that more than just being a knucklehead?
I think folks know who I am, and I think they know the difference between someone expressing emotion, telling a story, getting a date wrong rather than a pathological liar like Donald Trump.
But I think it comes down to the question of whether you can be trusted to tell the truth.
Yeah, well, I can. I think I can. I will own up to being a knucklehead at times, but the folks closest to me know that I keep my word.
I think I can be trusted. He doesn't even convince himself, Justin.
Look, I think they should be getting the tough questions. I'm really pleased to see this. I think they should. It's exactly how it works. I know we're short on time here, but have we got time for some Trump clips?
No,
can we play a few Trump clips?
Oh, please, do me a favour. He would wipe the floor with that fool.
We'll wrap up the show and we'll keep wrangling off air.